Well, hello. Hello. Yeah. Yeah, I need a link. Okay. Perfect. Mm-hmm. Okay. Cool. Yes. Okay. It looks like I'm good to get in there. I just want to make sure I'm in. It says I'm a... Sorry, how do I actually join to... it says I'm spectating. Oh, okay. Okay.
I hope you are doing fine today.
Good evening, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. Let's get it on.
All right.
Let's do it. All right, let me.
Good luck. Good luck.
Good luck,
All
dude.
right,
Good luck. Have fun. I'm looking forward
Exactly.
to. I'm looking forward to playing. That's how I think of it.
Yup. Good match. That's all I want. Some good match. Win or
I
lose.
love that attitude. All right, everyone here on the chat, I'm currently sharing my screen, and on the screen there is my wheel of names for this matchup. So once you all are seeing that one, I can roll the first leader pair. Do notice that I have removed the Valorant versus Surf matchup from this wheel because you both decided not to place off on that matchup, which means it's impossible to play that match without one of you getting that, so I just removed it entirely. All right, if everyone is ready, let's roll for the first leader.
Ready.
Oh, I'm getting a deja vu here. First up is Great Emperor Shangli versus Kavanaki.
All right.
Please set the match and let's get started. As per usual, I will be giving advice on first 3 turns. If you miss something positive, I will remind you about that. And after 3 turns, if you miss something positive, I will not mention it. However, I will always notify if you make a mistake or forget to, reduce counters or timers that would have a negative effect on you. Okay, besides that, unless you have any questions, let's get this on. One last thing, I didn't notice you posted your stream link anywhere yet. I'm not seeing it on any channel cat, so you probably should do that, at least on the VVV chat, please, if possible.
New follower.
One moment.
Right.
Alright, so roll for who gets to choose if they go first or pick a leader. Alright, seems Sevi gets to pick. What do you choose?
I think I'll go with Key.
Alright, Sevi and Key. Golfer, do you want to go first or second?
I'll go second.
Alright, so Sevi will go first and Key. Good luck.
I'm good.
Sorry about that. I was on mute. I think. Let me think about this for 1 second. Actually, I just want to test something really quick. Just let me know if you can hear me.
I'm good. Can hear you. I could hear you before. I don't know if you're saying anything else at this point.
Yeah, sorry. I have a mute on my headset. I just want to make sure it was working so that just in case my kids start screaming, that it doesn't disturb anyone.
Yeah.
Um.
Gotcha.
All right. So cool. So let me think about this for a second. Sorry. I think I'm gonna mulligan this actually. So I'm gonna do a redraw.
Just a reminder for people watching, both players are allowed to redraw their hand twice if they want to. However, on the second time, should they choose to do so, opponent will get an extra card once they decide which hand they will keep.
I'm actually gonna mulligan this one too. So golfer, you'll get an extra card.
New follower.
All right. I'm good to go. Okay, so I skipped the first couple of steps. I'm just gonna go right to production. And just a heads up, I'm gonna be taking a generic with Raxia, so I will be gaining 1 morale.
I do have voice. I just want to keep it quiet so you can hear the players. I'm not going to be commentating a bunch because I'm a noob, but you can ask questions in the chat. Looks like we have some relay and chow available for some questions. And oh, Snowseeker, hello. I just gotta adjust, I think, a little bit. I gotta look and see how it looks. One moment. I think that was the first game I won, so.
Yeah, I'm going to be switching
It was super
out these two
close.
generic for a food.
Just a reminder that you don't necessarily have to do that, but if it's easier for you to keep tabs about the resources, you can do that.
Okay, yeah. I just figured just in case for folks watching too.
Okay.
I'm going to play overtime production. So I'll take negative to morale, and I'll get to produce an extra, one extra resource for each territory. And how does that work? War with the ones that produce two. You just choose one of those. Is that how it works?
Yeah, you can choose one of them, and you can always choose if there's an option to choose. So if there are any effects that activate when you pick one, it also works like that.
Gotcha. Okay, so let me just put this to the side. And then I will give myself some extra resources here. Okay, and that's my turn.
All right, I'll start with my timers then.
Do remember to draw your card. Remember, you started with an extra card, so you should have 10.
Thank you, Or. I knew I was forgetting something. All right. Those are done. Alright, I'm gonna do field research first and draw 3. Bring out a Kai. So he has stealth and vow, and then I can pay ninja resources using any resource. And shuffle the deck, and I didn't realize that's on mute this whole time. Talking to myself.
I was kind of wondering that you are using some deep focus mode there. That it is totally fine to do it that way too.
Yeah, I was following you, man. No worries. If I have a question, I'll ask it too.
Yeah, same here. No worries.
And I'll produce for him. Oh wait, sorry. I'm one step ahead. Sorry, I've got to do one thing here. I was gonna bring out Kika, Kensho, then produce that. One step ahead. All right. So I'm gonna actually do dispatch agent. I'm going to discard him. So then I get to find a specific card in my arsenal and put it in my hand. Oops, that does not go in my hand. And that shall be all I can do.
All right. So nothing to return. I'm going to draw my card. Okay. Now I'm going to reduce timers. Okay. And now I'm going to produce. And I'm going to take another generic for Araxius, so I'm going to gain another morale. Okay, I'm going to swap out 2 generic for 1 power. I'm going to play cut corners with that 1 power. Reduce this timer to 0. And sorry, let me just clean this up really quick. I got to take my morale 2. That's -2, my morale. Okay.
Okay, then let's double check the resources. I think you got the right amount, but just in case.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
it's really unusual play.
Sure, no problem.
So can you spread them out a bit? I cannot see them. But if I counted it right, you did play it correctly, but we'll see. This really unusual opening. Yep. That's the correct amount. Well done.
Okay, and so with nuclear, So this is going to eliminate a specific territory, and then another 2 take 50 damage, and they can't produce next turn. So I'm going to eliminate Gardens of Lee, and then these 2 Golden Farmlands and Mount Palm will take 50 each, and they can't produce.
I also recommend you add 0 counters on top of the territories, so it's easier to remember they are unable to produce until they are next turn.
We'll be good.
Okay, and then I'm going to play a G-Titan. And it's my turn.
Alright, and draw. Reduce. Means loyalty, draw 2 cards.
Technically, you have to produce resources before you do that, since leader abilities are now only usable in play phase.
And I'll do field research to draw 3. And that's all I can do.
Okay. All right. I can't return anything. So I'm going to draw my card, and then I'm going to reduce timers. Okay, I'm going to produce my resources. I'm taking another generic from Raxius, just to get another morale back. Okay, I'm also going to activate Key's leader ability surplus. I'm going to gain another 2 generic. I'm exchanging 2 generic for a power. Okay, and that's all I could do.
All right. Nothing to return, so I'll draw.
Just a reminder that you just ended your turn, so I won't be giving any advice on Sevi.
I'm sorry, what was that?
It just reminded you that that was your third turn, so if you miss something now on, I won't give you any notifications on that, unless it's a
Oh,
negative
gotcha.
effect.
Got it. Noted. Thank you.
Do my timers. I'll produce. Bring out another Ken. And play in ideal conditions. So I get to produce again with my food. I got mail. I'm gonna, let's see here. Bring out Jin. So now I can pay ninja resources with, or no, that was with anything before. The ninjas aren't affected by WNB. soldiers. Come on.
That might have been my fault. There might be a dirty pile there. My bad.
You're good. It happens. Alright. And then we use those as 2 generics and a food and do chemical augmentation. So all my soldiers get 40.
Sorry to interrupt. This is not related to the game. I just saw on the stream chat that you don't see the ideal conditions count. That's probably desync between you and the client. So if Cat refreshes the game, it should fix it. I see it just fine on my end. All right, go on. Sorry, Golfer, for interrupting.
Alright, so these 3 will have 40 and she will have 60. So that's 180. And they're all going to attack Araxius.
Sorry, what was the total?
180, I believe. So this would be 60, 40, 80, and 120. Yeah.
Got it. Thanks. 180 gone.
And then, yeah, that's on you.
Just putting a 0 timer on the G Titan because it's ready.
While Sevi is doing resources, just reminding that neither player now gets any advice from me if they miss something positive, but if they do something negative, I will always remind them about that.
I just took an extra morale for Raxius generic. Yeah, I'm exchanging these 2 equipment for a power. I'm going to exchange 2 more equipment for a food. Okay, I think that's all I can do right now.
All right. So I'll return my ninjas. Draw my card. Reduce. Produce. Let's see. Gonna play another ideal conditions.
Nice play.
Thank you. Thank you. Uh, and I'm gonna use that timer, so I'll draw my two. Not. Let's see here. Yes, all that's left is to just attack 20 Araxius.
Okay. All right, nothing to return. Gonna draw my card. And then I'm gonna reduce timers. All the timers first. I never know exactly.
If you want to go extra technical, you reduce all the timers first, and then all the effects activate at the same time. Then you pick a sequence. So you do reduce all before you flip if you go by the book, but it's not demanded basically for any of these tournament rules.
Got it. Just because I was always unsure and never really knew which was the right way. Okay. I still missed anyway. Look at that. Always misstep one thing. Or not really a misstep, but I always forget one little part. Okay. So nuclear blast is going to take out. Nuclear blast is going to. Did you want to check the resources on this one, Ref, before I?
You played it slow enough that we saw you played it correctly earlier.
Oh, okay.
So.
Yeah, I was trying to be careful not to kick myself, you know.
This is sorry for interrupting. This is a request from the stream. Could Sevi, you flip CommanderSevi downwards and up again, and Golfer, could you flip both of the Gen shorts downward and up again, because they are showing face down on the stream no matter how many times they refresh. Usually that fixes it. Sorry about interrupting, by the way.
No worries. So when Colossal flips, all the unspent immediately go there, right? So should I count this up by one since I didn't produce yet? I just do this one resource.
As it works currently, it automatically absorbs all the existing resources and also resources you will produce now on to the territory. So you can either just assign them in order or just produce and then assign. So technically you could just count them all together and just add them up. It's up to you which way you want to use and which is easier for you to understand.
Got it. I think I'll just do it in parts just so I could track it. So since I flipped over TX6, that immediately produces 2 generic. So they're going to go into the silo. So I'm going to count that up by 2. I'm going to drop these 2 generic back in the... And then this 1 generic immediately goes into the warehouse. So I'm going to put this over here. Count it up by 1. And then now, also my, well, let me produce, and then my leader ability goes off, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 more resources go in, and I gain 1 morale because one of them was a generic that was produced. And sorry, let me clean my house over here. Okay, and then my his first 2-timer ability surplus will go off, and he'll gain 2 generic, which will go directly into the warehouse.
That was both mechanically and mathematically correct. Well done.
Thank you. I'm trying. Okay, and then I am going to spend 3 resources.
Use the correct amount of resources.
Like that? And then I'll put
Yep.
I haven't put the card yet. I just want to,
Yeah.
that's how it should look. Okay.
Just to mention it before you play it. If
No
it's
problem.
a face up, you of course don't need to do that. But...
Okay. Okay, and that's my turn.
Alright, I'll return. Draw my card. Timers. Sagittarius Pacific Legion or Soldier.
Remember, you are allowed to ask if you have questions about the card mechanics. That is the correct amount.
Whoa.
I do that all the time. Especially with the morale counter over here. Oh my gosh, all the time.
Yeah.
And everyone, me included, forgets that we are able to lock this into place. There is a command for that, but no one uses it.
Alright, so I did all my timers. Produce. They can't produce.
Yeah, remember you get nuked, so your territories are unable to produce.
I'm gonna bring out the Clan Temple with those 2 cards, so I get 2 morale. And then plus 10 attack and 30 health to all ninjas.
If either player wants to add for clarity tokens top of their clan temple, it's recommended, but it's not necessary. If you think you can remember those abilities, feel free to use it as it is. But personally, when I play against Emperor, I always mark it, even though if the player doesn't. Just recommendation for all players, not necessary though.
Alright, so I'm going to play another dispatch agent. So I'm going to discard a card. I'm going to find a card and take that out of my disc. Make sure I shuffle. Alright, so then I'm going to attack. Everybody gets plus 10, but she's not going to really matter at this point. She's going to be eliminated anyway. Whoa. Alright, so she's going to hit Raxius. So that's eliminated, and I eliminate the force. And then these 2 are just gonna hit Blue for 10 each, 20.
Alrighty, I've got nothing to return, so I'm going to draw, and then I'm going to reduce timers.
Good old orbital Sun Canyon there.
I never play it. I just did it just to do it. I was like, I never give this one a chance. I never give it a chance. I never had the opportunity to play it where I was able to do it and it actually mattered. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and produce. So 2, 4, 6, 8. Do I have that count right, Ref, before I do that? 2, 4, 6, 8?
Yep, the total of 17.
Okay. Alrighty, so now I'm in the play phase. So I'm gonna go ahead and play a card, timed detonation, which allows me to eliminate a specific enemy building. So I'm gonna go ahead and take out Clan Temple. And then
Do
gonna go.
remember to remove the resource from the silo as well. Since it was on 17, so you need to reduce that by 2.
That's very true. Sorry about that. Okay.
Disqualified.
Yes, immediately.
I mean, I know what's coming, so.
Yeah, just joking then.
Yeah, so I'm going to use my leader ability, Hypersonic Strike. So that allows me to do 350 damage plus. I could technically do the 350 and the 100 on one territory, right?
Correct.
So I'll go ahead and I'll take out Mount Palm Orchard. That'll take the 450, and then the other territory will take 50 damage.
Leader compromised.
And then I'm going to utilize Titan Missile Silo, send a nice care package to our buddy, the General.
Well played.
Oh, the
Sevi.
Emperor. The Emperor.
Well played.
Thanks,
Well
man.
played.
I got a nice draw. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I see that.
Look, I was like,
Don't
listen, I gotta go for
take
broke, you
that
know.
out, Ted.
Wow.
I haven't seen that second turn nuclear blast play since the first year Tabletopia came to Warsaken. I haven't been managed to do that myself since, so that was interesting to see. Anyways, congratulations on winning the first game of the 3, Sevi. And once you are done discussing the game and setting up here, let's go back to lobby and roll for the next pair. But feel free to comment the game if you have any discussions about it beforehand.
Oh, there's no discussion about that. That was a plain ass whooping by him, and yeah, hopefully I get a good draw in the next game.
Dude, thank you so much. I hope. I mean, look, I like good games, but I also hope that I get a good draw next game. So I'm gonna go stretch my legs real quick.
I get it. I get it. Yeah, yeah. Let's take.
Maybe we'll take
You want
10.
to say 9:45 start?
What time is it now?
10:45 for you, 9:45 for me.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. If everyone's cool with that.
So about a bit under 15-minute break then. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to stretch out a little bit.
Works for me.
Sure.
Use the
Sounds
little
good.
boys' room. Thanks. All right. Talk to you guys soon.
Yep.
New follower.
That was a whirlwind. Think swore never changes. I think most questions were answered here as we were going. I'm definitely going to want to watch that again. Yeah, I let them do the talking. Wow. I'll try to take that in. That's the sort of stuff that my brain doesn't absorb right now.
get back in a minute or two.
All right.
All right, and welcome back. It seems everyone is here. Just making sure.
Yeah,
I'm here.
the stream. Yep, I'm here.
All right, do you see the spin?
Yep.
All right, let's see what we get for the next pair then. Oh, El Clasico, Lockwood versus Surf.
Oh.
Yeah, claps indeed. All right. Oh, did you make a new game instead of actually just using the same?
Oh, is that what you're supposed to do? Sorry, I didn't know that.
You can just easily use the same room multiple times, so that's not a problem. But
I posted the new link. My bad. I didn't realize that.
okay, you did it on the VVV chat. All right, I got a message. Sorry about that. I'm trying to pay attention on the stream now a bit.
I'm still a noob. Sorry.
All right. Okay, so chat as well. If you miss it, there's a link on the VVV chat for the tournament game. I've also now closed the stream, so if someone here on the Discord wants to watch the game, go for Solo the Cat stream. The link is on the VVV chat.
Alright, cool. I'm gonna start the room.
All right, good luck. All right, just like before, rule will decide who gets the pick, a leader or choose a leader advantage. Sorry, turn advantage. Okay, so let's roll. All right, 6 for golfer. So do you want to pick a leader or turn advantage?
I will take Lockwood.
Okay, so golfer and Lockwood. And Sevi, do you want to go first or second?
I'll go second.
All right. Also, just a reminder, this is the only pair with the timer set wrong, so correct those as well. But I believe both of you know that.
I'm going to use my first mulligan.
Same here.
And that's good that you say it. I actually forgot to mention that it's good habits on a game to say if you use mulligan.
I will be okay with this one.
Let me just think about this one for a second, sir.
Take your time. I'm good with this.
It's tough. I think I'd. Well, if I take another mulligan, you get a card, right? So I'm going to.
Yeah, since Golfer has decided to keep the hand, he will be getting one extra card if you draw second time.
All right. So then I'm going to keep my hand.
All right. Good luck.
Okay, so something just happened there because everything was all choppy and all. So what happened there?
Oh, I'm keeping my hand. That's all.
He
Okay,
was,
you didn't take a second redraw.
yeah. So he was contemplating if he takes the second one or not, and I explained how the drawing works, and he chose not to.
Okay, cool. It was like all mumble jumble.
If something like that happens, I always say it's pretty important people hear what we are talking about, both in game and outside.
All right, so everybody's set. I get to go first. I don't return or draw. I just produce. Use one as a generic and as a power, and look at the top four. And then I get to draw the top card. I'm going to do that for generic. Mm. Yep, that's what I thought. Then I'm gonna do that for generic. And then your turn.
All right, I'm going to reduce timers. Oops.
Just a friendly reminder that technically you draw before you reduce. Just
Yeah,
a
sorry
good
about
thing
that.
to remember. Yeah.
My
Not a
fault.
big mistake, so
You got to do it by the book.
I'll at least try to.
Changing for generic. Play Igor. He's going to produce a power immediately, right? So do that. Changing for generic. Playing Igor. He's going to produce a power immediately. And I'm just thinking about what to do. Sorry. Okay, I'm going to spend 2 power to play calculated stagnation. I'm just going to increase this timer, this 2 timer by 1. And paying 2 power to send out G6. Okay, and then I think, let's see here. Let me think if I want to attack you or not. Okay, and then I'll send G6 at Boxton Coal Plant for 40. And that's my turn.
Alright, so nothing to return. I'll draw my card. Do my timers. So he's got deploy, find 3 soldiers. Now, does that go right away, or do I have to produce first?
It activates right away because it has no counter or required timer that allows delaying it. Also, a fun fact, there is no choice. If you have this card and you have soldiers in your deck and it flips, you have to find the soldiers. You cannot negate it.
I didn't know that. That's actually cool. So you're forced to take them regardless. That's cool.
There is no up to dex
Oh,
clause on it
come
either.
on,
So
man. Seriously?
what happened?
The damn thing glitched when I was trying to drop the cards.
Oh, you might just have to refresh. We see the cards here. I mean, I see them.
It's all good. I know what I gotta do. It's all good.
Okay,
Oh,
the deck looks fine on my end as well. So it is possible it really glitches on your end, but just doing it manually also fixes it. Okay, perfect. And the field looks right so far.
well, no, like when I was trying to put all the cards into my deck here, they didn't.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it is the field strap, but it doesn't show for us, so it just didn't sync. All right, I see no issues with the cards placed, so just fix it. No worries, that happens quite often.
All right. Shuffle. Take my soldiers. And then I'll produce. We're gonna go this and play John so he gets a fuel. Use 2 of those as generics and 1 fuel for the dat. Bring out the Titan. And then we'll send 20 at Darson City.
Okay, return my forces. I actually have one to return this game. That's nice. And then I'm going to draw my card. Don't want to get yelled at. And then I'm going to reduce timers. And now I'm going to produce. Okay. All right. So I'm going to utilize Zoff's first ability, which is push, which allows me to find a specific drone force in my arsenal, show it to my opponent, and then put it with my legion, and then shuffle the arsenal afterwards. Okay, got my cards placed there. Okay, and gonna select the Hornet.
Remember to reset your timer to 2. Thank you.
And let's see here. And I'll send my G6. Let me just see where I want to send them. 1 second. I'm going to send them to Boxton again for 40. And that's my turn.
Return, draw, reduce. Alright, do my timers. So I'll produce. Actually, I'm going to do that. Alright. So I'll use loyalty for my 2 cards, which I'll take. Alright. So I'm going to do this. Play these 2 for satellite recon again. I get to draw the top card. I'm going to use these two as a generic and a fuel and bring out another CheeTAHman. And I'm going to use these two and bring out a John. So he gets a fuel. And your turn.
All right. I'm going to return my force. I'm going to draw my card. And I'm going to reduce my timers. Okay, now I'm going to produce my resources. Okay, I'm going to play a couple cards. Okay. And that's my play phase. Let's see if I could do anything here, really. Okay. Let me just think about this for a second. I'm going to take 100, right? 60 and 40. So I'm going to take 100 at Let's see. Take 100 at Drayton. Take a swing at that.
I'll block the Hornet with that, so I'll lose it.
Yeah, so only 40 gets through on Drayton. Okay, it's my turn.
Okay, and since this was third turn again for both players, I will no longer remind you about positive effects.
Alright, so there's nothing to return. I'll draw. Do my timers. So producing is next. So I'm gonna do that is a generic, that is a generic, and a fuel. Bring out another missile.
Oof. I think is there 4 in that deck? I forget if it's 3 or 4.
I don't remember.
And I'm not allowed to tell.
Alright, so that's that. Then I'm gonna play cut corners. I'm gonna do that one. Take the 2 morale. Use that, and this is a generic, and bring on another John. I'm gonna use. Nope, can't do that actually. Do that. turn those two into an equipment. And we use that as a generic and bring in another John. And I'm going to use these two missiles to take out ponds. And then I'm gonna do with my bomber at Darson for 160. Your turn.
All right. Okay, return my forces here. And draw my card.
One thing, by the way, for the stream, I see they refreshed it at work again. Both of the Igers on Sevi's side are face down, and the Johns close to the discard pile basically are also face down. So can you flip? Yeah, do that. Thanks.
Yeah, I'd flipped them, so hopefully that helps.
It should help. Thank you for that, and sorry for interrupting.
No worries. Okay. Okay, I just drew my card. Now I'm just gonna reduce timers. Okay, did you need to check these resources?
I'm pretty certain you played one of them at least perfectly, but just in case.
This is a D4, so I just needed.
Just needed 8, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, and this one I just needed, I forget actually how many. 4 generic, 2 electric, and 2 power and equipment. So equipment, 2 power, and then I played these as.
Yep, that's correct.
Okay, so all of your territories take 100 damage. Let's resolve that. Let me put that's over here. And okay, so now that that's done, I'm going to produce. I'm just going to use a couple of these, and then I'll put the rest back if that's okay with everybody.
All right.
No, I don't like it. No, that's fine.
I hate taking resources because I'm so slow. I'm like, I feel like a snail. Okay.
Never is, as long as we can see what you're doing and you inform about it ahead of time, it's fine.
Okay, cool. Okay, this goes here, and then I think I got another one under here somewhere. Yeesh. Okay. Okay. And all right, so that's my production phase. So now I'm into my play phase. So first I'm going to use Zoph's ability, which is push. So I'm going to find a drone force in my arsenal, show it, put it in my legion, and then shuffle my arsenal when I'm done. Okay, I'm going to be taking another G6. Since it has a 0 timer, it's going to be ready right away.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just going to play a couple of cards now. Oh, actually, I dropped the wrong card down. Sorry about that. Or did that not allow? I could leave it if you need me to.
As long as you
Oh,
fix it,
shit.
as long as you fix it before battle phase, you are allowed to correct your mistakes. As long as it's easily readable what you did wrong and how you can fix it. So, but just a reminder: if you play it wrong and it goes past battle phase, you will lose the card.
Got it. Okay. I think it went to the top. I'm not. Okay, hold on a second. Okay. I don't know which one of these is my card and which one is the resource. So do you mind if I put them both into my hand?
You accidentally already flipped it, so I think we built for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
what
you
I did.
you saw it. You saw it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Oh, okay. That was the resource. All right. All right. Cool. That's what you want to do. You always want to show your opponent your cards. That's important.
100%. You can show them all if you want. No worries.
As
After
long
you've
as
done it.
as long as it's not intentional fake misplay just to confuse your opponent, which is in case would be an intentional misplay error. Just a reminder.
Yeah, that's actually all part of my plan. I'm just going to show you all my cards to confuse you, and then okay. All right, cool. So I'm going to play another card here. I'm just trying to think about how this is all going to work out. I know I'm going to be Swiss cheese very soon, so okay.
Swiss cheese. I like that comment.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a weather card, fire in the field. So two of your fuel territories take 50 damage. Okay, and then I'm going to send All right, I'm just thinking. All right. Math is not exactly the best, but we're gonna try and make it work here. Okay, so I'm going to sucks it doesn't exactly work out for me, but that's okay. Okay, so I'm going to sorry, this is very anticlimactic, or is it climactic? I don't know. What is he gonna do?
Don't think about it.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna send G6 at Drayton for 40. I'm gonna send 240 at Delphine, which is gonna blow that one up. And I'm sending a G4, a GR Hornet, and a G6 for 100 at Vernance.
So it was 40 at Triton.
Sorry, I grabbed your card there. Yeah.
Those two at Vernance.
Yeah, so Vernance should be at 200. Delphine is blown up, and then Drayton is below 200.
All right. Bring my bomber home. Draw my card. do my timers, so the 2 timer will go off. All 3 of these will go to 1. Then I'll produce. Alright, so I produced. I'll use my 2 timer for loyalty, draw 2. Alright, so I'm gonna do this. Use this one as a generic. I'm gonna use this one as generic. Alright, so I'm gonna make those 2 into an equipment. That into a generic. All right, I'm gonna send my bomber again at Dawson City for 160. And on you then. Yep.
My forces here. And draw my card.
Also, remember to remove the fire in the fields at the start of your turns.
Yes, sorry about that. Okay. And now I'm going to reduce timers. Okay. Zoff's second ability is ready. Orbital Railgun. I just put a 0 marker on there just to signify that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm going to produce.
I just have a quick question. When you played Calculated Stagnation, did you ever take the morale off of that?
He did. I'm pretty certain he did.
Okay.
Also, calculated stagnation, as far as I know, doesn't have moral penalty.
Want to check
It
really
does-
quick?
Yeah, you might be right.
Yeah, no, there's no
Um,
penalty. There's no penalty.
Okay. Okay.
I was going to say I would have definitely forgot if it did. So, no, it's always good to make sure we're doing it right. Okay, I'm going to play a few cards. Gonna get out another buddy, Igor, over here. He's going to automatically produce 1 power. And let's see what else we got. Okay, I'm gonna exchange these two for an equipment. Okay, and the let me think about this for a second. Okay, Zoph's orbital railgun is gonna go off. So all of your territories take 200 damage, and I cannot attack. And that is my turn.
Alright, so I'll return. Draw my card. Reduce. Alright, so all that's done with my timers. And I'll produce 1 and 4. And just give me a moment, I gotta do some math here. Okay, so I'm going to use Lockwood's number 5 ability first. And he's going to take out Wolf Power. And then the other two take 50. Alright, so then I'm going to use 2 missiles at Fermi.
Okay, for 280.
280, yeah. I'm going to turn 2 of these into equipment and another one into a generic. And then I'm gonna attack. Hold on. That's fine. Okay. Yeah. So the bomber is gonna hit Fermi, and the sub is gonna hit Darson.
Okay, well, I don't have anything to block the sub, but I can block your...
He's stealth, so you can't.
Oh, yeah, you can. Oh, yeah, my bad. My bad. I forgot that Apex is not stealth. Okay, so you hit both.
I always do the same thing.
A lot of people do.
He doesn't have enough things. He already has armored anti-air blitz. He needs stuff. Okay. Okay, cool. So these both blow up, and I am compromised. All right. I'm gonna read. Oh, I didn't attack last turn, so nothing to return. I'm gonna draw my card. Okay, and I'm gonna reduce. Alrighty. Oh yeah, this is ready too. I mean, I could go through the motions, but it's kind of over. I'll still do this for those watching.
You gotta put it on the show for the streamers, yeah.
Exactly. All right, so Zoff's number 2 ability goes off, which is push. I'm gonna go ahead and look for drone force, and then show it and put it with my legion. All right. I wasn't in there. The one that I wanted. Here he is, my buddy G6. Okay. Shuffle that when it's done. Put these with my hands and set this back to 2. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to produce. So my Igors produce 3 power. And then I'm going to send GR current at Boxton. And you're compromised. I'm going to leave the rest as blockers. Oh, let me take this. Got to clean up the board a little bit. Sorry about that. I did forget to do that.
Alright, I'll return my guys. Draw my card. Do my timers. He is pick off, so he'll take out the sub.
How did you know I had that sub? How did you know?
I don't know. That was a guess.
Like someone showed you my cards or something. I don't know.
Alright, so those are all the timers. I'll produce really quickly. The 4. And then I will send my
On the love note.
missiles off.
And Zoff is dead. GG's, man.
Alright. Tiebreaker tomorrow night.
You know, this is appropriate. This is appropriate that there's another game.
Yes, yes. Tiebreaker again. Back-to-back tiebreakers for me. Holy crap. Living
This is
on
a
the
lot of fun.
edge.
Dude, I actually didn't even think it was going to end up being this close when I saw the second
Dude,
G-Titan come out.
I played one of those wrong. I shouldn't have
The corners.
made those both go off to make them all 2s at that one
Mm.
time. So I didn't stagger them. That was where I messed up to where it make it quicker.
I didn't get any weather basically the whole time. I had no intel cards except for that calculated stagnation, and so I couldn't really draw from my hand from the deck or get anything. I was just basically top decking for a while, but I did in my starting hand was the GeForce Apex.
Dude, my starting hand, all 3 of those, never brought them out.
Really?
Yo.
What kind of starting hand is that? Oh my god, that's so
I
funny.
got with one of my satellite recons, my first one I used, I was able to get a Titan and my bomber.
Well,
I
right.
brought my bomber out first, and then I drew the Titan on my next turn.
Yeah.
And then by doing the there's another one, I played another one, so I forget something. I had to shuffle my deck along the way. Oh yeah, because I used this for my soldiers, and then I had to shuffle my deck, which ended up
Another one
giving
came
me
up.
another Titan.
So
And then I
funny.
had another satellite to where I found another Titan.
I just needed intel. I was just like I was just starved for intel. Unfortunately, I mean, also like I don't know. I wish I
Yeah.
would have also gotten maybe like the XT in my starting. Like I wasn't in love with my starting hand, but it actually was a lot closer still than I thought. When I saw the third one come out, I'm like, well, this is basically done unless I top deck to
I
to
could have
Terrifying
brought this
Storm.
out sooner, and it probably would have ended quicker, but I didn't want to use all my resources and tie myself up once you had that out. So
Wow.
that was interesting. But yeah, that was a good match, man. That was awesome.
Yeah, that still came down to the it always comes down to the wire with these two anyway.
Oh yeah,
But
easily. Unless it's somehow it's just you get 2 nukes out and a freaking Titan right away, and then it's over.
right.
But all right, same
Like
time tomorrow night.
yeah, man. The tie break.
All right,
Good game, man. This
sounds
is a lot of
great,
fun.
man. Yeah,
All
you have a
right.
good evening. Good luck, everyone.
Thanks, War, for reffing for us.
All
Yeah,
right.
thank you.
Let's see if we get Sparky for you tomorrow. Then to ref the game. And
Thank you for staying up.
congratulations. Yeah, and congratulations for the matches. These were very cleanly played games and really interesting ones to watch, both by the combinations as well as the math on the second one. It's going to be interesting to see which one of you wins in the end. All right, 1-1 for today. Thank you for the games.
All right. Have a good night, everybody.
You as well.
Ooh. Thanks, everyone. I'm gonna take a little break and I'll be back for a brief time. Tomorrow night, same time. Thank you. Thanks for hanging. Happy to do it again tomorrow night. You have a good evening too. Thanks for coming by. Those are good games. Very good. Gonna get the dog out. I'll be back for like 5 games. 5 blitz. Thank you. Nice to see you, Chabanga.
I got it. Echo, Lima, Zulu.